And now it's time for Vantage Shots, images that tell the story. You've already seen the Republic Day celebrations here in India. We're leaving you with what happened across the globe, how India's 75th Republic Day was celebrated. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.
सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हैप्पी रिपब्लिक डे
Today is Vasant Panchami. It marks the arrival of spring in India. It is also the country's 74th Republic Day. We say, what better day for a new beginning? Here's a Republic Day gift from India for the BBC. A list of suggestions for the BBC for their upcoming documentaries. The Kohinoor and the Colonial Loot, an outdated monarchy and unhealthy obsession with the royals, racism in 2023. We're waiting. This is about their religion. From the 2021 census data, it says people under 40 in England and Wales are becoming non-religious. We're starting with Turkey. The picture looks worse than it did yesterday. This is one of the deadliest natural disasters in this century. Dumb phones may be making people smarter. Study after study has shown that smartphones adversely affect our intelligence levels. Our next story is about 3 words and maybe some alliteration. China, cows, cloning. China is having a cloning movement. Dr. Jaishankar, India today is a bigger economy than Britain. It is a geopolitical power. It is a post-colonial country that dominates the originally English sport of cricket. Would you call it a reversal of power?
I would call it rebalancing, but I would also say this is history which is switch hitting. The most popular film in India last year was a film called RRR, and this had to do with the British era, and I'm trying to put it delicately. You weren't the nice guys in the movie.
The failure of American banks has led to a loss of over $400 billion the world over. The map of our world is about to change, and I'm not talking about China breaching boundaries. I'm talking about the continent of Africa splitting into 2. It's finally happened. Imran Khan has officially been arrested with a vastly loved dish, the bruschetta. Many of us call it bruschetta. It's a common mistake. Soon it would be a punishable offense. There's a hole in the ocean bed. It's off the coast of Oregon in the US, and it's leaking. Some experts say it can shift our poles and wipe off Los Angeles entirely. Listen to this carefully. 14 million jobs could be eliminated in the next 5 years. 14 million. That's the prediction of the World Economic Forum. So employers will slash more jobs than creating new ones. And you know what will drive this change? Technology. Artificial intelligence. It will change the workplace as we know it. It'll have both positive and negative impacts. It will create jobs for those who can develop and manage AI tools. It will also take away jobs like those that involve record keeping. Pardon us for an incoming Harry Potter analogy, but these expiry dates are like Dumbledore. They always know what's up. We're in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States of America, where Prime Minister Modi will arrive for his first state visit. The White House isn't the only landmark built by slaves. Look at this. This is an ad for a gun, Glock firearms, and nowhere else have I seen something like this. They sealed themselves inside a deep-sea submarine. They embarked on a voyage. Now they've gone missing. Twitter bid adieu to its iconic blue bird on Monday. Musk has now rebranded the social media platform as X. Now, America may have come up with a new idea. It wants to block sunlight from reaching the Earth. The question is, can it be effective? It was called 15 Minutes of Pure Terror. The Vikram lander had successfully arrived on the moon.
India is on the moon.
Canada says they've received threats on social media. They want additional security. But what about the security of Indian diplomats in Canada? If you've been tracking the news, you know that the hype is real. It is what many call the Met Gala of diplomacy. I know diplomacy can be boring, but it's also about the grandeur, the opulence, diplomatic finesse, and international flair. President De Silva, welcome to Firstpost. How are you doing? How do you like New Delhi? The Nigerian delegation was the first to arrive. What do birthday parties and space exploration missions have in common? Helium. In all likelihood, it is leaking out of the very core of our planet. This was one of the first sites of the attack by Hamas terrorists. We were on our way to Tel Aviv, and as you can see, sirens sounding, warning of a rocket attack. So Beijing has been an honest broker during Sri Lanka's financial crisis. You at some point feel that you were dealing with a loan shark.
I won't say it's a loan shark.
So they did make your life more difficult. Thousands of delegates from across the world will descend on this building. Expectations are low at this COP summit, which is ironic because their job is to literally save the world.
My brother, Prime Minister Modi, his efforts in championing the place of Global South and specifically the place of Africa. I have a lot of admiration for Prime Minister Modi. He believes, like me, in bottom-up, trying to do what benefits the majority of citizens.
In the late 1980s, the economy was in recession, the cost of raising children rose dramatically, so many of them stopped having children. They embraced the DINK lifestyle, double income and no kids, D-I-N-K, double income, no kids. This is the front page of the Italian daily Libero Quotidiano. Right above her head, the headline says, Man of the Year. It is a problematic accolade. Why Giorgia Meloni should refuse to be celebrated as Man of the Year, because leadership from men is the norm, which puts women in a bind. But if you're still wondering what's wrong with that title, just ask yourself this: would a man accept being called Woman of the Year? I hope you have your answer.